What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim's Sports Talk. And today we are going to continue our 2021 NFL record predictions. And we are talking about today the Super Bowl participant that ended up going down to the Bucs, the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes and company. And let us start with the roster. And Patrick Mahomes, the highest paid player of all time, $500 million. QB1, fantastic. I think he's the best quarterback in the league. Most people do. Love the dude, and he makes them a great team. Clyde Edwards-Helaire kind of struggled in his rookie year last year. He was a first-round pick, but I'm expecting a bounce-back season for him. They do have a fantastic pass game. I think he will have a much better season in year 2 than he did in year 1. Tyreek Hill, still a monster. The rest of the receivers are still kind of meh. They lost Sammy Watkins, who didn't play well with them anyway. And they went and drafted Cornell Powell from Clemson. Not a bad pickup. The receivers, they have Tyreek Hill, and they also have Travis Kelce, the number 1 tight end, especially when it comes to receiving. Between him and Darren Waller, probably, as far as receiving tight ends. And that basically becomes a wide receiver, too, for them. And I like this team, or I like this set of weapons. Even though they're not fantastic outside of the top 2, they're still got great speed and they have great ability to catch the ball. So it's a solid lineup. The offensive line is where they lost the Super Bowl. They had tons and tons of injuries, so they made a bunch of changes. They went and got Orlando Brown from the Ravens in the big trade. Then they signed Joe Thuney this offseason. Creed Humphrey is a rookie that they drafted. Mike Rimmers is somebody they added. And this is a whole new offensive line, basically, and we'll see how this pans out. It's solid. Joe Thuney was one of the top guards on the free agency market. Orlando Brown was a fantastic tackle. He only wanted to leave the Ravens because he wanted to play left tackle, not right tackle. And, hey, we'll see if that will do them well. Honestly, I like what they did. I think they did a good job fixing the O-line after the debacle it was in the last year's Super Bowl. Their defense is interesting. It's an okay defense. I'd say around middle of the pack, maybe top 20. But they've got some good players. Of course, they have the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. They also have Chris Jones inside their defensive line, absolute beast. Frank Clark struggled last year, but he could always bounce back. Jarran Reed is somebody I really like. He's gotten a lot of sacks from the interior of a defensive line. He had 9 sacks last year, 11 sacks a few years ago, and this guy is a very interesting dude. He used to play for Alabama. He was drafted by Seattle, found his way down on the Chiefs, and I think that'll be a nice welcome addition. Nick Bolton was their first pick of the draft in the second round from Missouri. Solid linebacker. He could have went all the way from late first all the way to the third. He was kind of an interesting guy. Nobody really knew where he would end up. He ended up on the Chiefs, and I think he can't be disappointed in that. I think it'll be a good scoop for them. L'Jarius Sneed was a good corner for them last year. They did lose Brashad Breeland, so we'll see how Javarius Ward and L'Jarius Sneed hold up. But overall, I think this is obviously a led by their offense kind of team, and I think they're still going to be really, really good. Andy Reid's still there, Pat Mahomes still there, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. You're going to have a really good year. And let's go ahead and hop into the schedule prediction. And we got Week 1 Cleveland Browns. This is going to be a heck of a matchup, but I do have them taking down the Browns Week 1. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns pulled off the upset here. And honestly, this is the Chiefs' schedule prediction. I'm going to have to pick some upsets because the Chiefs are going to be the number 1 team, and they're going to be a favorite in every game throughout the year. And I'm not going to pick them to go 17-0. I'm going to have to pick up some upsets. So here we go. But Browns, I'm going to give them the win. I'm going to give them the win at the Ravens. They have the Ravens number. I don't see that really changing this year. I think they've added some good pieces, and Pat Mahomes should continue to have his dadhood, if you would like, over Lamar Jackson. Chargers, I do have them splitting with the division rival Chargers. I'm going to give the Chargers the win here, actually. I'm going to have the Chargers upset them early. And before the Chargers get too, they've had injury problems in the past. But I think Justin Herbert and company end up beating the Chiefs in the first matchup. So that'll put them down to 2-1. I'm not a big fan of the Eagles this year. Buffalo, I'm going to pick the Buffalo game over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills struggled in the AFC Championship game, but I think they're going to actually get the upset. As I said, I got to pick some upsets here. I know the Chiefs are going to be favored every single time, and so this is another one I'm going for. Washington, I would love to give my team the upset. I am not going to, so the Chiefs win that one. Titans have beaten this team in the past, and they're really, really good, and I think they have a shot, but I'm actually going to take the Chiefs against the Titans for now, even though it's at Titans, but I like the Chiefs. I think it was more of an aberration that they beat them in the past. So even though the Titans are a really, really good football team, there's somebody that could upset the Chiefs, but I'm not going for it this time. New York, I don't think they have enough. Daniel Jones is not going to be able to keep up with Pat Mahomes. Green Bay, I am going to take Green Bay here. I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they have a solid defense. They have a solid team around Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams, I'm assuming he plays. Aaron Jones is really, really good. I'm going to give the nod to the Green Bay Packers for an upset. The Raiders, I'm having the Chiefs sweep the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are going to be good enough to keep up with them. Dallas, no good. Dallas is not beating them. Denver, I'm going to have them split with Denver, and I'm going to have them lose here at home against the Broncos. I like the Broncos as a team. It's a division rivalry. A lot of things can happen. Like last year, the Raiders ended up beating the Chiefs. I think the Broncos are another team that upset the Chiefs. Again, Raiders no good. I already had the Chargers beat them, so I'm going to have the Chargers beat them this time. And I'm going to say the Steelers no, Bengals no. And you know what? Rare, I'm going to actually flip this. I'm going to say the Denver Broncos beat them in the final game of the season because I also had the Browns at 13-4. So this would put a tie between the Chiefs and the Browns, both at 13-4. But I'm saying they don't need to win the last game because they already have the head-to-head matchup over the Browns. So I'm going to give the Broncos the last game of the season over the Chiefs. So I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win on December 5th. Lose January 9th to the Broncos because they're going to sit a bunch of people and they're not going to care as much. That is the 13-4 record for the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you agree with 13-4? You think it's higher? You think it's lower? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Also in the description below is a Discord link. Hop in our Discord and come talk some football with us. And last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you could donate to the channel. And until next time. See ya!